Catching COVID. More and more people are getting infected with coronavirus multiple times, and that's according to some of the country's top infectious disease doctors. Hello, everyone. Welcome to The Rundown. I'm Robin Winston. If you wake up feeling sick one day and think it can't be COVID because you've already had it, don't be so sure. The NBCLA team discovered that the likely reason is that if you got infected months ago with the Omicron BA1 or BA2 variant, doctors say your antibodies might not fully protect against the newer BA4 and BA5 subvariants.
Why are some people getting COVID a second and third time?
So the virus is mutating very quickly. As the virus mutates more and more, the antibodies to the prior variants give less and less protection over time.
The good news, doctors told the I-team that most cases of reinfection are very manageable. But they say to protect yourself, it's best to keep masking up indoors where you'll be around a lot of people. Finally, some relief from the heat. Meteorologist Belen de Leon is tracking a nice cool down, and it's just in time for Father's Day weekend.
Hi there. Well, we've had some very hot temperatures lately, but finally a pattern change that's going to bring us some cooler temperatures as we step into the holiday weekend. Unfortunately, if you live in the deserts, the mountains, and even along the coast, then you can expect some gusty winds each afternoon. Now, for Father's Day, we're going to have some early clouds, lighter winds. Temperatures overall are looking nice. Enjoy it. That cool down is going to be brief next week as the official start of summer, and it looks like Mother Nature got the memo. It's going to heat back up again. But here's your forecast over the weekend. We're going to start off with June gloom each morning, then gradually get to the sunshine. The Basin in Orange County will have 71 on Saturday, then 74. The Inland Empire 79, then 86. Along the coast, it will be cool in the 70s, and in the mountains, we'll have highs in the 60s. Enjoy the cool down next week. It is certainly going to feel like summer. Back to you.
A tragic story out of Hollywood. A man and a woman were shot and killed. We've also learned that young children who belonged to the woman who was murdered were found in a car at the scene. The deadly shooting happened Thursday night on Carlos Avenue near Gower Street. Police believe this is a possible domestic incident.
When I opened up the door, there were two bodies laying on the ground. And I was like, I freaked out, because it happened right there outside my door. And I'm like, and I see the gentleman running, and he stops and he turns and he stares at me. And I just start ducking, because I'm thinking that, oh God, who knows if this is going to be like a mass shooting, if there's going to be another episode,
Police believe the shooter ran away going northbound on Vista Del Mar. The outpouring of support continues in El Monte for the two police officers killed in the line of duty. We're hearing from the mother of one of the officers, Joseph Santana. She tells us her son was living his dream. He was married to his high school sweetheart. He was a father of three and proudly serving his hometown as an El Monte police officer.
He was a good son, respectful, and everybody just loved him. His silliness, the things he would do and say.
Olga says Santana wasn't scheduled to work the day he was killed and that he picked up the shift. The other officer killed is 42-year-old Corporal Michael Paredes. He's survived by his wife, son, and daughter. New photographs released during the January 6 hearings on Capitol Hill show then Vice President Mike Pence and his wife hiding from rioters who had breached the Capitol. Former President Donald Trump wanted Pence to overturn the election results. The committee says Trump knowingly acted on the debunked advice of the former dean of the School of Law at Chapman University in Orange County, John Eastman. Eastman acknowledged the plot to block certification of Joe Biden's election victory wasn't legal, but ultimately aggressively pushed it anyway. Here's a former White House attorney.
I said, are you out of your effing mind? I said, you're completely crazy. I said, you're going to cause riots in the streets.
Many are asking whether Donald Trump could face criminal charges. That would be up to the Justice Department. Attorney General Merrick Garland had said they will follow the facts wherever they lead. California could become the first state to require gun owners to have insurance to cover the negligent or accidental use of their firearms. The Democratic lawmaker who introduced the measure says taxpayers pay billions of dollars a year to cover gun violence, and she says it's time for gun owners to pay their share. San Jose already passed an ordinance requiring gun owners to have insurance. New York is considering a similar requirement. The airline industry is struggling to keep up with traveler demand, and now they are under pressure from pilots. Delta pilots say that they're exhausted from working overtime and are calling out. The Delta Airlines Pilots Union published an open letter to customers in a direct appeal to those who may be frustrated by flight delays and cancellations ahead of the summer travel season.
Pilots are saying, hey, I'm tired, I've done enough, and I'm going to make that tough call. It's a tough call.
Delta released a statement that said they're working hard to emerge from the pandemic and are continuously evaluating staffing models. Airlines are trying to avoid a 4th of July repeat of the Memorial Day meltdown when 2,700 flights were canceled nationwide. On June 17th, 28 years ago, the world watched the O.J. Simpson police chase. It's a time in history when many people will remember where they were or what they were doing in that moment. One of them is NBC4's Conan Nolan. He was actually in front of O.J.'s white Ford Bronco during the chase. Conan relives that day in our streaming series, I Was There When. You can stream that episode and our full series, I Was There When. You'll find it right under the I Was There When tab if you're watching on Roku, Apple TV, or Fire TV. It's also available on NBCLA.com and YouTube. The Golden State Warriors are NBA champions once again. They beat the Boston Celtics in Game 6 of the finals on Boston's home court to earn their 4th title since 2015. The final score, 103-90. Warriors superstar Steph Curry scored 34 points and earned his first finals MVP. Well-deserved, Curry. SoFi Stadium has joined the list of venues for soccer's 2026 FIFA World Cup. And in a first for the World Cup, the U.S., Mexico, and Canada are all serving as host countries. Now, even though SoFi is the largest, most modern stadium in the world, it still needs to be reconfigured for the World Cup. So right now, SoFi is just not big enough for a regulation-sized soccer field, and that field will have to be natural grass, not artificial. SoFi seats about 70,000 people, and with LA's huge soccer fan base, it should have no trouble selling out.
You look at the 1994 World Cup, and it's still today the most successful World Cup in the history of the game. And to look towards 2026, and now we have a thriving professional league here that was launched after the 1994 World Cup.
Other host cities for the 2026 World Cup include San Francisco, Seattle, Dallas, and Miami. This year's World Cup will be hosted in Qatar at the end of November. All right, if you're a fan of Howland Rays hot chicken, you're going to love this. You'll soon be able to have a meal inside of their location in Pasadena. So check this out. This is a sneak peek of what the restaurant will look like. You can see crews are busy getting it ready for customers. We still don't know exactly when the Pasadena location will open, but on social media, Howland Rays has confirmed it's happening sometime this year. So for now, you can just pick up your order at Howland Rays restaurant in Chinatown. Major League Baseball is teaming up with designer brand Off-White for a new line of gear, but this might be a tough sell. Take a look, check it out. You could say they're well ventilated. The design showcases what Off-White calls meteor holes, and we're basically talking about big holes in jerseys and yes, even caps. And speaking of holes, these are going to burn one in your pocket because the hats are going for $260. My goodness. The t-shirts are $355 and jerseys will go for $1,030. Well, just for reference, a standard replica jersey goes for only $135. You do the math. Now, I do love fashion, but I think I'll just have to cut my own holes for free, at least this time around. You can always get news and weather updates on the NBCLA app and on our website, NBCLA.com. And be sure to tune into Today in LA on NBC4 weekdays from 4 to 7 a.m. I'll be helping you get around with the traffic reports throughout the morning. I'll see you next time on The Rundown.